Okay. Welcome everyone. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for being able to join this very sudden meeting. First of all, you guys must know me. I am Tun Fauzul Azim, and I am the CEO of the company. So, the reason why I am gathering you all in this meeting today is because I would like to talk about a new policy that I would like to implement in the company. So, basically, I see that in the company lately, there's a lot of what do you say it productivity declining. So in hopes that this new policy would be able to help increase the productivity of our employees. So I would like to ask Muhammad Iman Daniel, our head of HR, to introduce briefly about the FWA policy.
Thank you, Mr. Tun, for the invitation to the discussion. Okay, as you guys may know, I am the head of the HR for this company. All right, so as Mr. Tun were discussing, okay, that we have a new we are developing a new policy which is the flexible work arrangement (FWA). Okay, so what does this mean? This means that either an employee can work either at home or in the office. Okay, work remotely. All right, so especially right in today's world, the lines between work and personal life can often blur, leading to increased stress, okay, burnouts, and decreased overall well-being. As such, the importance of flexible work arrangements and achieving a healthy work-life balance has become increasingly evident. So, flexible work options and a balanced approach to life are not just desirable perks. Okay, they are normally essential components of a thriving and sustainable workforce. Okay, so in today's discussion, we would like to delve into why flexible work and work-life balance are crucial for both individuals and organizations alike, touching upon their impacts, especially on employees' satisfaction, productivity, and also overall organizational success. Okay, so for this new policy, for FWA policy that we are developing right now, okay, I would like to touch on upon two things, two main components, which is why we do it, the objectives, and the scope of this new policy. Okay, so the first objective that I would like to discuss about is the very important component, which is to be flexible. Okay, so in order for us to work our life balance and also our work life, we have to be flexible. Okay, so flexibility enables employees to have greater flexibility in where and when they work, allowing them to balance work and personal responsibilities more effectively. Okay, hence the flexibility that they get. Okay, it can be more productivity. Okay, so productivity enhances by providing employees with the freedom to choose the most suitable environment for different tasks, whether it's the office, home, or another remote location. Okay, that's the first objective in this new policy. Okay, another objective that I would like to discuss is the cost saving. Okay, the cost saving where cost saving actually reduce overhead costs associated with maintaining large office spaces by allowing employees to work remotely part-time, thereby potentially decreasing real estate expenses. Okay, so normally in a in a normal company, okay, in a company like us, where if we tend to employ a lot of new employees, okay, we may not have a proper or suitable space for our work environment. Therefore, where we would like to implement this new policy, where an employee can either work at home or work at office throughout this flexible work arrangement. Okay, so cost saving that I talk about cost saving where it can reduce our expenses especially. Okay, this means that when we reduce our cost saving, where it can benefit the employee. Okay, it can benefit the employee by their satisfaction and well-being. Okay, so this means that it can improve employee satisfaction and well-being by offering a work arrangement that accommodates individual preference and reduce community stress. Okay, talking about expenses where every day normally employees will uh, get through public transportation or by their own car. Okay, they have to spend a lot of money, especially on fuel, on parking. Okay, especially if they are living like uh, far away from their allocated work office. So by having this new policy where they can save not just their costs but also their time. All right. Okay, so that is the scope number. Sorry, that is the second objective. All right, so I'm moving onto the scope of the new policy of flexible work arrangement policy. Okay, our new policy that we are discussing. So first, the scope that I would like to talk about is the work arrangement policy. Okay, work arrangement policies can establish clear policies and guidelines governing when and how employees can work remotely. Okay, including expectation for communication, availability, and collaboration. Okay, so that everyone can plan their own work time. Okay, so the workload will be in a systematic way. Okay, rather than everyone do their job at the same time. All right. So another scope that I would like to touch on is the technology infrastructure. Okay, as we all know, technology infrastructure that we have to invest in technology tools. Okay, especially when we do our work online. Okay, especially when we do our work remotely. Okay, where this infrastructure um, is invested to support remote work, such as video conferencing platforms, collaboration software, and secure remote access to company system. Okay, so therefore we don't have to be um, at the office at the work office allocated where the employees can access the system even when they work at home. Okay, so technology infrastructure can also complement communication and collaboration practices. Okay, this suggests that foster effective communication and collaboration among hybrid teams by promoting transparent communication channels, scheduling regular check-ins, and provide training on remote collaboration tools. Okay, so by having this scope, everyone, especially the employees, are on the right track, and so they know what work they have to do. Okay, and lastly, the scope for this new policy that I would like to discuss on is health and safety considerations. Okay, this plays a very important role, especially when you work at the office. Okay, so health and safety considerations um, address health and safety concerns related to remote work, such as economic setup at home workstations, mental health support, and cybersecurity measures to protect remote workers and company data. Okay, okay, so that is all the objectives and the scopes that I would like to touch on. Okay, so now I will pass to my colleague Irfan, okay, to explain more about the implementation and the management of the policy. Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Sir Iman. So first of all, I want to explain some of the ways to implement to how to get an employee contribute in the remote work. First, the company should should monitor the performance and the productivity of a employee. The company should implement the system for tracking the every employee performance and productivity in a flexible work environment. And the company should use a performance matrix, regular check-in, and feedback session to assess progress, identify challenges, and provide support as needed. Secondly, every company should provide a train should hire managers and train them how to effectively manage remote teams and assess performance in a flexible work environment. The company should equip them with tools and resources to support their teams and set clear the expectation and maintain open line of a communication. And the last one is the the company should communicate the policy to the every employee. Clearly communicate the flexible work policy to all employees, all information session, and send out the emails. And provide written documentation detailing the policy, its benefits, and the procedure for requesting and approving flexible arrangements. Okay, that's all from me. So I pass my turn to the with Sir Wilfred. How about your opinion? How to implement this remote work?
Um, in my opinion, implementation and management of the policy of the new flexible work arrangement policy is training. The company should provide training to manager and employee on how to effectively manage and work in a flexible work arrangement policy. The training shall include time management skill, communication strategy, and technology for work. The company should also communicate with the employee, including their benefit, expectation, and procedure for requesting flexible work arrangement. So employee know how to apply it based on the right procedure that was provided by the, our company. I will pass it to Mr. Wan about the evaluation and review of the policy.
Okay, hello. I, as a department on the law of our company, I could say that the policy that be stated by our CEO and our HR are good, but I could say that there are a little bit of more improvement on what's the the main uh, things that you guys want to that our company want to achieve. For example, that when you are talking about flexible work arrangement, uh, we know that it is to increase productivity and efficiency of our company. But uh, it is not stated that on uh, for I give you a little explanation where if there are 10 people in the office, how many will work flexibly, whereby there should be a person who work on the office, right? So I need to know where how many people that should be working in the office and how many people will be working remotely. And second, uh, does when we are talking about working remotely, does our company will give devices to our employee, for example, such a laptop, because we know that
uh, not all employee are not all employee are able to buy the devices that are needed to do some works. For example, laptops, computers, and so on. And the third one, I would like to talk on uh, when we are working remotely. Is there any effective ways for our HR to administer and check all the employees are doing their work more efficiently? Because they are, if we look at both sides, by working remotely, it's still a new implementation in our country, whereby it needs more experiment to check whether it is really efficient or not. So how would the HR to ensure that there are no one neglecting their job? Uh, that's all for the review. The can our CEO answer the question?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Wan, for your concern towards our new policy. Okay, towards this new flexible work arrangement policy that we are developing right now. Okay, yes, you are right. In Malaysia, especially where remote works or hybrid working, that we can say that we cannot guarantee our employees meet their deadlines or do their work properly. Okay, but to ensure whether they do or they do not, okay, don't worry, where we already have a solution to this problem. Okay, where we have this method that we call performance management. Okay, so performance management can develop performance management processes that assesses employee performance based on outcomes and results. Okay, based on outcomes and results rather than solely on their working hours or being physical presence in the office. Okay, so it is very different to when you work physically, where you have to be seen, okay, where you have to be heard, okay, so people know that you are actually doing your work. Okay, but by having this method that we call performance management, okay, it is basically a systematic process designed to enhance individual and organizational performance by aligning employee goals with the objectives of the organization. Okay, and it also involves setting clear performance expectations, providing regular feedback and coaching, evaluating progress, and rewarding achievements. Okay, so by this, we can know either whether our employees actually like working in the environment or not. Okay, so furthermore, where performance management also aims to improve employee performance, it can also identify areas for development and foster a culture of continuous learning and improvement with the organization. Okay, so by establishing performance goals, monitoring progress, and providing support and recognition, organizations, especially like our organization, can maximize the potential of our employees and achieve our strategic objectives more effectively. So we can guarantee that all of our employees, especially when they work remotely, we can make sure that they are on the same page as everybody else. Okay. All right. So does anyone have any more questions? Okay. If you have any more questions, you can.
Is there anyone else? All right, so I'll take this silence as a no. So first of all, I would like to say thank you very much for all of your cooperations and all of the implementations, especially to the HR and to Mr. Wan for coming up with the solutions and the review of our implementation. So me personally, I find that your ideas are very good and it can be implemented as soon as possible because the stock of our company is currently declining, and I would like to gain our company back up to its peak. So yeah. Um, so seeing that no one else has anything else to add, that is all for our meeting today. Once again, thank you very much for coming, and I would like for another meeting in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, so that we can carefully review our new FWA policy. So on that note, all of you can leave the meet now. Thank you.